Diego, owner of De Oro Music, and today we'll have a look at learning our fretboard in 3 easy steps. So step 1, we want to establish reference points, and we'll do this with the open strings. We have first string, E, string 2, B, string 3, G, string 4, D, string 5, A, and string 6, E. One thing that can help you remember is that our 2 outer strings are both E's. So you want to commit this to memory, and that will provide our basis for step 1, the names of the open strings. Now step 2, we want to look at the musical alphabet. As we go through the musical alphabet, we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then once we get to G, we come back around to A again. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now, in our musical alphabet, we have intervals, or the distance between the notes, that are 2 frets apart or 1 fret apart. 2 frets is called a whole tone, 1 fret is called a semitone. The easiest way to remember this is to remember which ones are 1 fret apart, because there's just E to F and B and C. The rest of them are 2 frets apart. So once again, E to F is 1 fret, B to C 1 fret, and the rest are 2 frets. So now let's apply this to the guitar neck. Let's take our 5th string, and we remember this is A. So we're just going to go up string 5, the A string, and we're going to go through our musical alphabet. Start on A, and we're going to go all the way up, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, till we get back to A again. All right, remembering which ones are 1 fret, which ones are 2 frets. So we start open, we have A. Now A to B, 2 frets. So there's our B. B to C, 1 fret. C to D, 2 frets. D to E, 2 frets. E to F, 1 fret. F to G, 2 frets. G to A, 2 frets. So now we started on A and we ended on A, and we also notice on the fingerboard we're at our double dots, and that's a sure sign that we've counted up correctly. If you take your open string, whichever it may be, for example string 4, D, and we count up starting on D going all the way, and we arrive at our next D, our octave, and we're at the double dots, then we know we've done it correctly. Now the last step is to fill in that gap. When we've got the interval, which is 2 frets apart, the whole tone, what's in between there? And that's filled in with our sharps and flats. So step 3 is to know our sharps and flats. Now, a sharp raises the note by 1 semitone or by 1 fret, and a flat lowers the note by 1 semitone or 1 fret. So if we look at this example C and D, we're going to talk about this note in between. So raising 1 fret, C, and going up 1, we have C sharp. If we started on our D and went down 1, we'd have D flat. So again, sharps raise, flats lower. Now that note, we can notice that we're calling it by 2 different names. We can call it as a C sharp or as a D flat, as appropriate in the specific example that we're looking at. And when we have a single pitch with 2 different note names, we call that an enharmonic equivalent. So there we have our 3 steps at learning our fingerboard. As you develop your skill at this, you want to develop more reference points. Of course, we started with the open strings, but start to find different points along the neck. Fret 5, fret 7, all the way around as you're memorizing, always committing more and more to memory. For example, if you are looking for a D on string 3 on your G string, and you know that fret 5 is a C, well then it's that much faster to find your D. And eventually, the more you do it, you'll just memorize all these until you can jump to them without any questions at all. So as a review, our 3 steps: learn your reference points. In this case, we start with the open strings. Step 2, think of your musical alphabet. Which ones are 1 fret, which ones are 2 frets. And then step 3, fill in those gaps with sharps and flats. Thank you for joining me for this lesson. This lesson and others can be found on my website, deoromusic.com.